The Ba Tambadou's interview on West Coast Radio by Peter Gomez has triggered unprecedented. Ba Tambadou initially thought he was a hero. After all, he is now a villain, so he assumes.
I see that Gambia is like the mob in ancient Rome these days. One day you are a hero, and the next day you are a villain. But more seriously, Peter, I can see the clamor and all the noise about the Jammeh assets after the report in the Republic.
But let's go back to the day the Jammeh Commission submitted its report to the President and what followed afterwards.
For instance, it has now been established that the former President alone pilfered at least 1 billion, and listen to my words very carefully here, 1 billion, 65 million, and $12,000. 1 billion and 65 million and $12,000. 304 million and 718,071 United States dollars. That's 304 million 718,071 United States dollars. 29 million 475,269 euros. 29 million 475,269 million euros and 2,250,000 pounds sterling. This is the staggering amount of money that this commission has uncovered and which could have had a significant impact on the lives of ordinary people of this country in health, in education, in agriculture, and many other priority areas. Instead, it was money used to satisfy the pretentious and delusional lifestyle of an egotistic megalomaniac, I would call. Acts that were both unconscionable and criminal. Factors and other items. Moreover, we intend to recover the entire cost of the Commission's investigations by making those against whom adverse findings have been made to bear the cost of recovery in proportion to their responsibilities. Your Excellency, the work of the Commission should indeed not be measured in monetary terms alone. I am proud to report that largely because of their work, conducted in a professional manner, with respect for and adherence to due process, fairness and transparency, we have exposed the alarming scale of corruption of the former president and his close associates. We have now established that he claimed title to 281 landed properties in this country. We have shared information generated in the course of the Commission's work with foreign governments that are assisting us with the tracking and recovery of assets abroad, and which led to the freezing of the Potomac residence by U.S. authorities. We also now know that the value of his Canilai assets alone are worth $1 billion, $404 million. And we have seen, of course, a tightening of financial regulations by government departments and agencies to prevent corruption and financial leakages in the system, all thanks to the work of this Commission. More importantly, Your Excellency, we now have a legal basis for our recovery efforts going forward.
80 years after the assets were disposed of, Gambian youth demand the government disclose the true buyers of the former president's properties. The government backed down after pressure and released a document outlining the buyers, but most of the assets are Scrappy.
Allow me to reiterate that our primary objective henceforth is to recover every single butut that was embezzled from anyone who was found to have been involved in criminality or inappropriate conduct. and we will use all legal means at our disposal, be it civil or criminal, to achieve our objective. All options are on the table, and we are not ruling out anything. We now have 6 months to study the details of the report and advise Your Excellency on appropriate actions. It will then be up to you, Your Excellency, to decide whether or not to publish the report or any part thereof. Before concluding, Your Excellency, allow me to extend my sincere gratitude to the Chairman, Mr. SBS Jammeh, his fellow commissioners, Mr. Baima Sen and Ms. Abiose George, and of course, the indefatigable Counsel, Ami Bensouda, who assisted the commissioners, for their hard work and commitment throughout the work of the Commission. They have displayed remarkable maturity, patience, and adherence to and respect for due process, fair hearing, and the rules of natural justice in general. It clearly demonstrates that we have in this country what it takes to handle our own affairs with the highest standards of professionalism without resorting to foreign assistance in many governance areas. Those who were around to see the commissions at work following the military coup in 1994 would not have failed to notice the marked difference in proceedings between those commissions and this one. I salute the courage of this group of commissioners for accepting this challenging but noble task for our country. And I reiterate their statement in the report that the most important feature of their work, and I quote, is the potential to help shape the future direction of our country by avoiding some of the exposed pitfalls and follies of the past 22 years, unquote. Finally, Your Excellency, I wish to thank many who have supported the work of this Commission. This includes my own staff from the Ministry of Justice, former Secretary to the Commission, Mr. Alaji Koran, the lawyers, the investigators, including members of the Gambia Police Force, the clerks, the drivers, and the security personnel who were deployed at both the residences of the commissioners and at the seat of the Commission.
Instead of satisfying the public curiosity, the public is now doubtful about the true buyers, some of their names, and the prices these scrappy assets were sold.
Because we should be able to express ourselves with respect and decorum in a democracy. I have always fought for that in that country. But I also fully accept that the people have a right to demand the truth about the Jammeh assets. And I understand their frustration over the lack of total transparency with members of the National Assembly back in 2020, together with a full inventory of items that the Ministry of Justice carried out at the time. Peter, throughout my time as Attorney General, I have never misled the public about anything. And I have had numerous press conferences. I have been the most accessible minister at the time. And I have never also shied away from confronting difficult situations. And people should expect the same today. But also during this period, I have tried my best to treat everyone fairly, even the most notorious killers in our society. And all I ask is to be fairly treated as well. At least don't rush to judgment